This is the long-awaited new Sony 70-200 f4, boasting higher image quality, better autofocus performance in both stills and video, better image stabilization, it's smaller, it's lighter. This lens is pretty much better in every way than the previous generation that was released nearly a decade ago now. But as well as all of that, which is already really impressive, this lens is a 0.5 times macro capability across the entire zoom range, meaning you're kind of getting two lenses in one with this. And then if you pair it with Sony's 2 times teleconverter, it means you're getting life-size 1:1 macro performance over the entire zoom range, which is just fantastic. This makes the new 70-200 incredibly versatile. So we thought we'd head outside with a couple of different macro lenses to see how it compares. So we've come to this little area here, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be comparing all of our lenses and seeing how close we can get to the tree at the minimum focus distance of each lens. So we've got the new Sony lens, we've also got the older version 1, we have a 90mm Vespid macro, and we have a Canon EF 100mm macro. So we're just going to test this one now. This is the new Sony first up. And now I'm going to stick the 2 times teleconverter on and see how close we can get with that. And because it's halving the light, what we're going to do is we'll just double our exposure. So I'm going to up my ISO from 800 to 1600 to see how it's going to compare. So now we've got the Canon EF macro 100mm lens, and it's the L series version. And what we're going to do now is going to switch out to this lens. This is actually one we have in our studio, and we use it all the time for our B-roll. So now we've got the 90mm from DZO's Vespid line. It's a cinema macro. So we're going to switch this out and see how it compares. So now we're going to switch to the original 70-200, which of course is not a macro lens. So we're going to have to back up a lot for us to actually get this in focus. And you can really just tell immediately how much of a difference that new macro feature on the lens is making. So can you use Sony's 70-200 as a macro lens? The answer to that is definitely yes. It does a really good job and saves you a slot in your camera bag. Your long range lens can also be your macro lens. And then when you add Sony's 2 times teleconverter, it gives you even more reach and life-size 1:1 macro. So we think it's just great. But what do you think of the new 70-200 f4? Would this make a big difference in your workflow, or would you stick to the 70-200 2.8? Let us know in the comments down below. And as always, if you'd like to buy one for yourself, you can head over to proav.co.uk. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.